I am making my 2-ingredient chicken drumsticks for dinner. Had these drumsticks in the freezer, and of course they're not quite defrosted yet. Now it is just my son and I for dinner tonight, but I'm going to make enough for dinner and leftovers, okay? All right, got my chicken in here, and I'm going to sprinkle with seasoned salt. And what I'll do is I might, after these defrost a little bit more in the oven, is come in and after they're defrosted a little bit, pull the skin up over the meat a little bit more. I don't know, I'll see. But stick this in a 350-degree oven and get it baking. My seasoned salt, now I just keep my seasoned salt in a jar on the stove top because I use it so much. The exact recipe is in the description below, but what I do is just pour about half salt in, and then I pour in my onion powder, about an 1/8 onion powder. And then because I have my garlic powder in a big thing here, I'm going to use my funnel, but about an 1/8 garlic powder. And my pepper. And my paprika. And what I do is I just pour it all in there. Then what I do, I hold the top and I just mix it around just like that. Then you have homemade seasoned salt for just pennies. Recipes in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 393. What I'm going to do is get my drumsticks ready for dinner tomorrow. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. What I meant to do was put in my spices. Now, I use seasoned salt, and so it has paprika in it, but I'm adding a little bit more than my seasoned salt. It has salt, onion, garlic, pepper, paprika, all in one. So that's why I use it for everything, because I don't have to get all those out. And then my Worcestershire sauce, and a little bit of mustard. And I know people are gonna holler because I'm getting my dirty chicken hands all over. Guys, I bleach everything that I touch after I work with meat, so you don't need to get your knickers in a knot. Leave me. Okay, and then did I put in the chili powder? I don't think I put in the chili powder. And then brown sugar. Okay, now first what I'm going to do is mix all this up really well. Just like so. Yum. And then I'm going to stick my drumsticks in here. Just like that. And I'm going to mush them around. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for at least 30 minutes, but you can go overnight. I'm going overnight because this is tomorrow's dinner. Let me show you how I do this when my chicken is semi-frozen and my skin isn't all the way. So this has been in the oven for about 30 minutes or so. And my chicken is defrosted, but not cooked yet. So what I do is I just, careful because it will be warm in some spots, but I just take the skin and pull it over. There. Okay, now it's all covered with skin, so it'll be nice and juicy. And then we're gonna throw this back in the oven. All right, so I spooned the juice over twice while it was baking. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look delicious? Ooh, yum. Okay, I've got my chicken all ready to go in the oven. Oh, yum. All right, and then I've got baked potatoes. And I'm out of bacon grease. Normally I use bacon grease. Okay, I'm gonna cover that with foil and put it in with my chicken. All right, and then for the next chicken dinner, got a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of mustard, my seasoned salt, which I use for everything, and then my orange marmalade right here. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to this, and then shaking it up to get all that yummy goodness. And then I've only got 2 pieces left, which is fine. It's just my son and I. And I'm gonna mix that all around. Should have mixed it around before I put it in there, but that's fine. And then I'm gonna let this sit and I will bake it. So I've got my chicken and my carrots and my onions, and I poured a little juice over the top. So it is just my son and I tonight. I'm gonna throw this in the oven and bake it. Here is orange chicken for dinner. Yum. So for my last drumstick recipe, I am spraying my pan with oil, and I am pulling the skin up onto my chicken. Just like that, so that it will stay all nice and juicy. Because sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and then I have my seasoned salt and my barbecue sauce. Did I sound southern there? Probably not. All right, and then because I love onions, we're just going to put a few onions all over the top. I'm going to throw this in the oven and let it bake. Okay, so I sort of left it in the oven too long, but you get the gist. Usually it looks like this. Oh well, it's fine. All right, I'm making lemon pepper for a gift mix. Now this recipe comes out of my Dine Dime Volume 1, and I'm kind of adapting it a little bit because things have changed since I came up with this recipe 25 years ago. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have is our black pepper. Now, first of all, I am halving the recipe because I'm just making this for us, but I just want to show you how to make it a gift mix. Okay. And you can use onion flakes. I don't happen to have any onion flakes, so I'm using onion powder. And I don't have any coriander seeds, so I am using cumin instead. Guys, I'm all about substitutions. And then dried thyme. And because I'm making this for my husband, I'm making this lemon garlic, black pepper, lemon, garlic seasoning. Because my husband loves garlic. Oh, there's just a little bit left in there. Shoot, let's just dump it in there. Okay, there we go. Now, the next change I'm making is, when I wrote this, they didn't have these wonderful little True Lemon packets, but now they do. And these are so stinking handy, it's not even funny. I love them. And I will link it in the description below. So, I am going to use these instead of lemon peel. Now, you could still just dry lemon peel and use it if you want. but I don't know how I guesstimated so perfectly, but it looks like these are going to be the right amount for what I need. So I'm just gonna dump the rest of those in with that one. They all get emptied. I thought I felt some in there. Okay, so they all got emptied, and then I'm just gonna mix this around. And I put them in little jars like this. Now, if you want, a full batch can go in a jar like this. You can put the lid on like this, but here's a little secret trick. Did you know that a peanut butter lid also fits on top? So, whoops, if I didn't overfill it, which I did. Okay, there. So a peanut butter lid also fits on top. Well, usually. Okay, why is it not working this time? Okay, so I thought a peanut butter lid fit, but it's not. So that's really strange because it must be the different peanut butters, because I did have a peanut butter lid fit. All right, so I'm gonna put it in like this. Then I'm going to decorate it. You can either wrap it with cellophane or put ribbon around it, however you want to do that. My lemon pepper recipe is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1 on page 460. All right, I have my drumsticks here, and I'm going to put them on my cooking tray. I am going to sprinkle these with a little bit of lemon pepper and let them sit for just a little bit. And some salt. That's all mushed in. Let it defrost a little bit more, and then I will cook it. All right, my chicken has set for about an hour, and I had the oven just slightly warm, like 170 degrees, because I had been cooking something else. So they defrosted even more, so I'm gonna pull the skin up over and get it all nice and covered, hopefully. Okay, so I'm gonna get all these over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put my potatoes over here, and as the skin cooks and the fat comes off the skin, I'm gonna put it over my potatoes as it's roasting, and then all that flavor will be added to my potatoes as they are roasting. I probably should have used the bigger baking pan. Oops. Oh well, I'll probably make it through. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit of seasoned salt on the potatoes. Even though I'm gonna do that, now I'm gonna stick it in the oven and bake it. Oh, that is looking yummy. So I'm gonna tip my tray just like so, and take some of this juice and put it all over the top of my chicken, just like so. And then I'm gonna put it all over my potatoes. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my potatoes, I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna go down like this. I'm going to just move my potatoes around. Get them all coated in that lovely fat and spices. Okay, just like so. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in the oven and let it finish baking. Okay, here is my lemon potatoes and lemon chicken all done. Oh, yum.